everybody? Welcome to Casually Fit with Rob. My name is, of course, Roberto. I'm getting bald now, so I guess you can call me Bob. Only a few of you, but this is episode 3, right? And today I wanted to talk about how Vanity is out. Vanity is out the door, right? Basically, you might as well just jump right into it. Again, I'm trying to make these podcasts, quick hitters. I'm trying to get in here, get in your little eardrums, give you some information, maybe talk about some wild stuff, and then get out of here, right? So I think Vanity is out. Obviously, talking about the fitness industry, talking about fitness all in general. Clearly, Vanity is not out of there. Clearly, fitness in the fitness world, Vanity is thriving, right? Especially with social media, especially being all proper. Especially with again, social media, especially with cell phones that are out there, people taking selfies all the time, people uploading to the gram, hashtag beast mode, hashtag I'm a narcissist, So obviously it is rampant all over the place. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're somebody who is thinking about exercising, thinking about losing weight, or maybe not even thinking about it at all because you're turned off by the entire community and the entire kind of aura about the whole thing with all these people taking selfies. Maybe you're just not vibing with that. Maybe you're just like, that is not me at all. I don't want to be anywhere near this. And I can see how some people think, well, if I start to do this, am I going to turn out like these people? The chance is actually pretty high. There's something about it when people, but first, what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to do this, right? You don't have to fall into these categories. You don't have to take selfies all the time. You don't have to hashtag beast mode. You don't have to do those things, and you shouldn't be afraid of it. But, there is a legitimate fear or criticism of this, of becoming this like vanity person, this narcissistic person who just stares in the mirror all the time. And what I was saying is the chances of that happening, to be honest, I think it's pretty high. I don't know if that's controversial, but I think there is a good chance. There's just something. I mean, we got to break it down, right? If you're trying to lose like 80 pounds, something like that, and then you lose 80 pounds, and then all of a sudden you're running marathons, I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? Like if you are at a place where you need to lose this weight and you go through, however long it takes, probably a couple years or so, however long it takes to get to a point to where you can run marathons, and you're running marathons at a good pace, and you're doing it all the time, and you're keeping your weight off, and you're doing all this, that when you're looking at it like that, it's kind of hard to kind of push away the I'm a beast person, but it's possible. It's 100% possible. And I would hope that more people would just be like, yeah, I lost the weight, and now I run marathons, and okay, cool. Instead of being like, I lost this much weight, you're a loser, and check out me flexing in the mirror, and blah, I would hope that less people do that. But with social media things, it seems like it's ramping up, but I will, maybe it's not, right? But yeah, I wanted to just come out here and say, where's this going? I wanted to just come out here on the podcast and just say that for people out there who are maybe turned off by this, who are staying away from the gym, who are staying away from this exercise, whole exercising thing, because of this whole vanity thing and because of kind of the whole aura of the situation. Look, you do not have to pursue that way at all, right? I mean, a lot of people talk about, well, you should get your body in shape, right? that's a very visual thing. Like there's a certain shape, right? Like that. This is not what I'm saying that I believe. This is just, people say you need to get your body in shape. Well, what is really in shape? Like all of us can really kind of picture some sort of shape that we're thinking of, but you know, that as a motivation, like for me, somebody, I've gone years without exercising and I've been quote unquote out of shape. Had no cardio, had no strength really. No cardio, no strength, no flexibility, aches and pains all over the place. And if somebody told me, hey, you need to get in shape, what does that mean, right? What I need to get in, like, what shape are you talking about? Like, what shape would you like my body, right? So I think that's a horrible way to motivate people. It's a very visual kind of thing where it's like that kind of falls into the vanity thing, but it's just a broad term that I just don't think resonates with a lot of people. I.e., case in point, the fact that there's a growing number of people who do not exercise at all, right? And the phrase "get in shape" has been around for years. It's been around forever. If that phrase worked, there'd be more people exercising, and there's not. Okay, so that's why I'm here, because I think that what changed me, right? What changed me around, because I went from not exercising at all and just, went from a high point of exercising all the time to a very low point of just like deteriorating all over the place, right? For many years, right? And saying right too much. And and I'm also saying too much. God damn. The podcast will get better. But I was getting to this point to where I was, again, deteriorating a little bit, wasn't doing any of this stuff. And what changed me around was more of the health aspect of it. I didn't say to myself, Rob, you need to get in shape. You need to get all jacked up again. You need to get all buff again. You need to be able to run fast again. Well, I did say that. I did say I wanted to run fast. I don't care about getting buff. One of my goals was running fast. And that's what I'm getting at. You should be looking at more of a performance health aspect of it. What changed me around was I started looking into all the different benefits of exercising and all the symptoms and all the symptoms of somebody who doesn't, all the negative symptoms of somebody who doesn't exercise, because I was looking at my life and I was like, man, I got low energy. I don't have enough energy throughout the day. I want to nap midday as well, which that's partly diet as well, but I want to nap midday, and I just really don't want to do much. My back hurts all the time. My legs hurt. I get winded all the time. This sucks. The negative thoughts are just flowing through my brain nonstop, and that's where I turned to looking into exercising. And I didn't look to exercising like, oh my God, this is my answer to everything. I was more like, okay, let me look into this. Let's see if there's any benefits to it, right? Because I was almost kind of equating exercising to just like, people who exercise are just trying to flex in the mirror, and they're just, trying to do this whole narcissist thing. And I'm not about that life, and I don't care about how much weight I lift up. I was like, so I stayed away from it, and I was reluctant to even research and look into all the benefits of exercising. And but once I did, and this is what I'm trying to tell everybody out there who is like that, who's like, hey, I don't want to look at the vanity, I don't care about the vanity part of it, is, hey, start looking into the more health ways of it. Watch this channel, right? Look at some of these videos. I think I'm always talking about the health reasons to exercise. And that's the real motivation that you should have. The body positivity movement, which I apologize in the beginning from the jump if I say something stupid right now. But the body positivity movement, I'm all for it, right? I'm not for people to live in self-hatred. So I don't want people running around being like, I hate myself, I hate my body's whatever, whatever negative thoughts coming through your mind. And I get it where you're like, hey, I don't want to be your ideal body type, right? Whatever that means, right? So I am for that movement, right? But what I'm trying to say is that that movement's fine and that's great, but should be looking more internal, right? Should be listening to doctors and being like, hey, do I need to exercise? Like, how are my organs doing right now? How's the inside of my body doing? How is it functioning right now? Am I getting closer to obtaining more diseases? Am I at higher risk of certain things now because I'm not exercising and my diet's poor? Those are the things that I think should be the motivators. Those should be like the real no shit only motivation that you should have is the health part of it. Is being like, okay, well, if I do exercise, if I do get to a point where I'm running or walking all the time and I'm lifting weights, then I actually have a much lower chance of getting diseases, getting chronic illnesses, getting sick, and a whole bunch of other things. That's kind of where I want people to start switching their attention over, because back in the day in like the 90s, early 2000s, there was information out there for sure about exercising, about dieting, the benefits of it. But first of all, there wasn't that much information, right? There wasn't too many studies out there relative to what there is right now. And also the access to those studies, there wasn't no Google back then. You can't just go up and type in benefits of exercising and then you type in research or publication right after that, and then you can go to some like a PubMed and you can find all these studies that are out there that give actual real world examples and statistics that you can look at, and you can be like, oh yeah, for sure, 100% this is going to help you out in this way. Where's I going with that? So that's what I am here to say, is that don't go for the vanity, go for the health part of it. All right, look at your health and say, hey, can I benefit from lifting a little bit of weight and running a little bit? Well, the answer for every single person out there is yes. It's, to me, it is a physical requirement that we are born into. Like, I don't think we have a choice in the matter at all. I mean, look at our bodies. Our bodies are, I'm 5'10", 175 pounds, right? That is if I was an animal out in the wild, you would expect me to be booking it everywhere. You would expect me to be strong. You would expect me to probably be moving a lot throughout the day because of the muscles I have. Like, I'm not saying I'm, this. I'm just saying that we have large muscles. Like, look at your legs. Like, those large muscles that need to be worked, and they need to be strained in order to function properly. If they're not, then all these negative things kind of happen. And I have a video on sedentary lifestyle. Go ahead, check that out. There's a whole lot of bad things that happen if we live a sedentary lifestyle, which basically is if we do not use our bodies, if we do not exercise or strain our bodies, they just kind of deteriorate all over the place. And it sucks, again, because I really like exercising. I really like running. I really like lifting weights. But I know there's plenty of people that don't like it at all. And it sucks to be like, hey, I know you hate this for whatever reason. You hate it maybe because it makes you look at yourself in a way that you don't really like doing it. Maybe there was some shitty times in gym class in high school, or maybe you just don't like being in the gym. I mean, there's countless reasons why people don't like it. So it sucks to know that, hey, guess what? We all have to do it. We all have to exercise here a little bit. And I think taking that approach, taking this kind of, hey, I gotta I'm here in the gym because I have to be here in the gym. I'm here in the gym because I have to strain my body in order to keep my mental state correct, and also to keep my body moving well and functioning well, so I can live a longer and a higher quality life. And those are just facts. You will live longer, and the quality of your life while you're living is going to be higher. And the mental state of your brain over time, that it is going to improve as well. So I think those are the things that people should be focusing on. I think you should completely forget the vanity part of it. You should forget about fitting into somebody's shape or anything like that. You should just look at yourself and maybe talk to your doctor or whatever. Maybe go online, and there's some BMI indexes, and you can see where you kind of fall into when it comes to the rest of the population. And you can see what category you're in, and then you just go, okay, I'm in this category now, and I kind of want to get to this other category. I kind of want to chip away at my weight. I want to chip away at my negative health, and kind of get my body and my mental state into a positive health arena. And that's where you should find a program, or just jump in the gym, or just start walking, or just start doing things, and then just slowly start doing those things, and just go in there, and not go in there and be like, hey, I want to get biceps to be 20 inches. I want to whatever. So I want 6-pack abs. Instead of going into the gym being like this, that's what I want. Rather being like, okay, yesterday I walked 4 miles on the treadmill at a 2.5 speed pace. Today I want to walk 6 miles at the same 2.5 speed pace, and I also want to do like 2 or 3 chest workouts, and maybe 2 or 3 arm workouts, and then I want to stretch at the end of it, and I want to make sure I get through my stretching. And then you just that kind of thinking compounded over time, that's really where you get yourself into having a healthier body and having a healthier all over system. Again, you're not going in there every day, biceps, chest, I want these bigger, I want more veins, you're not going in there. I mean, think about that. If you're walking in every single day to exercise, and you're just thinking about, I want bigger biceps, I want a bigger, more ripped back, I mean, that's your mental state when you go in there, right? Those are the thoughts that are going through your mind, and you're thinking about the entire time. And I would say that a lot of the times when you're not there, you're also thinking about it as well. All right. So I don't think those are good thoughts to be running through your head all the time. And clearly they're not. All right. Clearly you can just go online, and some people are in this weird state of mind. So again, I think you should just rather go into the gym and be like, hey, vanity out the window, right? Vanity, get out of here. I don't, my arms they don't look like the person on Muscle and Fitness magazine or bodybuilding, whatever my body doesn't look like that right now. And I don't give a shit if it does, ever. Right. Also, side note, side note, those people, there's a lot of steroids involved, and there's a lot of weight cutting as well involved in those final product pictures. So either way, all of us should be like, yeah, no, unless, you're 0.1% of the population who says, I'm going to compete in bodybuilding, nobody should really be trying to obtain that too much. I'm not really saying nobody. I mean, obviously, people like what they like. People want to do whatever they want to do, and I'm all for people doing that. But I'm just saying, for most people, the goal shouldn't be every day to have that picture in your mind, right? If that's not what works for you, right? If that's not you, right? If you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, that sounds disgusting. Like, I would not want to wake up and look at a Muscle and Fitness magazine and be like, that's going to be me. If that doesn't motivate you, okay, this is where we find other ways to motivate you. And I think if you wake up in the morning and you go, you have it in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, the doc said I gotta get healthy. The doc said some things are going downhill. That's in the back of your mind. And then you just focus on the front of your mind, which is all about, okay, yesterday I did this. Today I'm going to try to either meet what I did, and continue on that, or I'm going to try to improve a few things here and there. I'm going to try to maybe add 5 or 10 pounds here, because again, if you're working out, if you're working out, you just got to, at some point, like, you have to walk faster, you have to walk farther, and up to a certain point, you do have to lift a certain amount of weight. Like, I'm not saying like there's a set number, but whatever you go into the gym lifting, like if you're lifting 5-pound weights, you need to jump that up to like 30, 35 pound, you have a progression up at some point. And then at some point you can just stop. You don't have to keep on progressing. You don't have to keep on saying, hey, I'm going to keep on adding weight. But you do have to, there is a certain period of time for a lot of people that can last a while where you are progressing upwards in the amount of weight you're exercising with. And I think that's it. I don't know if that made sense. I don't know. This is episode 3 of the podcast. And I appreciate anybody who's actually here listening to this. I do appreciate it a lot. I just appreciate you stopping by. You're gonna still see, even if nobody watches this podcast, you're gonna still see this face for a while now. Again, for me, this whole thing, this is like an itch that needed to be scratched. Me releasing these videos and talking about things like this is something that I just really felt like I don't know, I just had to do. All right, I don't know, I just felt like this is something that I got to do. So I'm here and I'm doing it. And if working out for vanity, if trying to get a 6-pack abs, getting the biggest arms, whatever, if that doesn't do it for you, if that doesn't motivate you, don't feel bad about it. Don't push yourself away from the gym at all because of that. Instead, try to look into some of the things I talked about. Instead, maybe watch some of these videos I'm putting out, or just Google. We all got Google, so just Google on your own and just kind of look at the benefits and just start reading. And you don't have to read it and go directly to the gym the same day. You can ease yourself in, but just start looking into these other reasons to exercising, and just know that vanity does not have to have any part of the equation at all. And if you're aware of the situation, if you're aware of yourself and you're aware of everything, then you won't become some psychopathic narcissist out there who is all over social media posting selfies every day. Hashtag BeastMost. Hashtag thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time. And I hope all of you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you on Friday. Adios.